Now I want to talk about where to get ad inspiration. So let's say you start working on an ad, you got a task, you got a brief from your team, whatever, and you're kind of stuck. You don't know how the ad should look like. You don't know where to start. You're kind of stuck. I'm gonna show you a few ways that I use to kind of get those ideas flowing, and so I always have ideas and kind of inspiration for when making ads. But first, let's get something straight. Your research document is still your number one source for ad ideas, because everything I'll be covering in this video, that's just rocket fuel for what you already know about your customer. There are three main places I go for ad inspiration, and I'm gonna try to break down each one. So first is books, second one is organic social media, and third one is ad spy tools. Let's start with the foundation, and that's these books right here. I believe I already linked my book recommendations in one of the previous modules. If I didn't, they'll be linked below this video. So while everyone else is watching how to make viral ads tutorials, how to, go viral on Instagram, how to beat the Instagram or TikTok algorithm, whatever, you, my friend, will be studying principles that have been making people buy for over half a century. Now, I'll be completely honest with you. Reading these old marketing advertising books is probably the most boring fucking thing you can do with your time. It's not sexy, it's not exciting. Like, half the examples are from before your parents were probably even born. But it's probably the biggest leverage you'll ever have in marketing. You invest a few hours reading these books once, you just need to read them once, and you'll understand principles that'll make you money for the rest of your life. So I again highly suggest you start reading some good old advertising books. Now let's talk about source number two, which is social media research, but we're not doing it like fucking amateurs who just scroll mindlessly hoping for ideas. We'll have a more systemized approach to it. Okay, so there's really two ways how you can use organic social media to find inspiration for when making ads. And first one is just doing simple platform research. So just searching for maybe some keywords from the niche you're working on. Just trying to kind of identify patterns and what type of content is viral, what has the most engagement, and stuff like that. And usually the best place to do this is TikTok, as you can see, and YouTube. I wouldn't recommend Instagram that much because I haven't had that much success with it. When I try to look for stuff on Instagram, I just get random stuff, and that's because they don't have the greatest search engine. I know that TikTok and YouTube Shorts specifically will give you much better results and will give you much better content and more specific content to what you're looking for. So like I said, the first method is doing research, and you do that by, so let's say for an example, let's say we're working on a product that helps women with working out at home. Let's say that's our problem, that's our niche, like women working out at home. And like the first thing I would intuitively do is like just search workout women, right? That's what I always do. And then you should get some results. Yeah. So as you can see, you get, I don't know why this video is first, but whatever. You get like a lot of videos. Like this one has 500k likes. This one has 1 million likes. This one has 200k, whatever. You get a lot of like viral videos, and you should use this as inspiration for your ad, because like these videos have insane engagement on them, and that just means that women, or like the people that we're trying to sell to, respond to this content. And that's why we need to kind of format our ads to be similar to that. And that's kind of how you identify the first trend of like what's actually trending and what are people responding to and what are they engaging to. So the second thing you need to do when doing this research, you need to identify patterns. So are there any common patterns that kind of repeat across all these viral videos that you can apply to your ads? And one pattern I'm seeing here is obviously there are a lot of pretty women, like women that actually look fit and that look in shape. And the reason for a lot of these viral videos being that way is because women who watch these videos can probably relate a lot more to someone who looks fit, to someone who's already achieved their desired outcome, right? To someone who already has a great ass, has like the stomach you want, right? Because that way, these girls are speaking from a place of authority because they've already done it. They have a great ass, so they can tell others how to achieve that look as well, right? So that's one thing you can implement in your ads. You need to in your ads you need to show someone who actually looks fit. If that's your goal, if that's what you're selling, you need to speak from a place of authority. So that's one pattern that I immediately recognize just from looking at this content, and I didn't even open up a video that's viral or anything like that. I just see there's a lot of pretty women. There's just a lot of kind of identification marketing going on, and identification marketing is simply having someone who already achieved a desired outcome sell that to someone who doesn't have it. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what it is. And if I were doing an ad for a fitness equipment that sells to women at home, this is the first thing I would do. I will look if I have any content from brands content or whatever in my content library that I can use that looks similar to this, that represents this. And obviously I would format the ad similar to the style you see here. There's really no heavy editing, there's no animations, there's nothing crazy going on. These are just super simple edits that like women do themselves, and that's how I would format my ad as well. Like nothing crazy, nothing over the top, just showing the desired outcome, and maybe not like it's just some simple captions to support the claims. Basically, that's what I identified right from the start when looking at this content, and that's what I would implement when working on my ad as well. And the last thing I want to say, point out before we move on to the second method, is yeah, you should kind of look for what's working, what type of videos are viral. That all stands, but instead of just looking